Awesome.
And then schools.
I don't know why this is controversial.
We had to bring it up.
I know, yeah, thank you. So, as you guys may know, I'm opening up a charter school. I'm the co-founder of a charter school in Orange, California called Orange County Classical Academy. It is a free public charter school. We're using Hillsdale College's K through 12 curriculum. We're starting K through 5. We'll add a grade every year until we're K through 12. We're under the umbrella of Orange Unified School District. They were very brave last December to support and approve our petition unconditionally for 5 years. So we're blessed. Our school is full, 360 students. We've got over 200 kids on our waiting list. We're ready to open. We were ready to open with minimal restrictions until our imperial governor decided elsewhere. Some other plan, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If you just follow the pure science, it is crystal clear that schools should be open, and kids are at very low risk for COVID-19. There's almost no evidence at all that kids can pass this virus on to adults. As a matter of fact, I posted recently, after doing a lot of research and studies, there is zero evidence thus far that any child in a school has passed this virus on to their teacher. It doesn't exist. And in 22 countries in Europe, they're opening up schools. There's a great study that compared Sweden and Finland's opening. One was very hesitant and didn't open. The other opened, and it showed that kids aren't getting this virus. They're not spreading it to adults, that it's safe to open up schools with some minimal restrictions. What we were going to do is, of course, temperature check, and anybody that's sick, we don't allow them to come to school, whether they're staff, teachers, kids, or parents that are on campus. Good sanitation, scrubbing the schools down, etc. But mask wearing on children is a non-starter for us. Doesn't make sense from a scientific standpoint because kids aren't at risk. There's little evidence that kids are spreading it to adults, and there is evidence that putting a face covering on a kid is harmful in a whole bunch of different ways. Psychiatrist up in LA, who's a friend, Mark McDonald, boarded in child and adolescent psychiatry. He goes so far as saying requiring a child to wear a mask, grade school child to wear a mask, is akin to child abuse. I don't know that I'd go that far, but I think it's unnecessary and potentially harmful for those children. So schools should be open. There's some lawsuits going on right now against the governor from various groups. Hopefully they'll prevail, and whatever the legal term is stop his imperial order. What this really should be, we've got, in California, we have over 1,000 independent school districts. In Orange County, we have 28. The whole idea of independent school districts is they have their own school boards. They should be allowed to make decisions for what's best for their community based on what the parents want, on what the kids are all about, on the infectious rate in their community. That's why we have independent schools and independent school boards. The governor has taken that away from school boards, and I think that's wrong.
You covered children wearing the mask. You covered that well. Now, one of the most polarizing arguments that we hear from adults that they stick their heels in, like, I'm not wearing a mask. Are they effective? Why?
I'll tell you, the mask battle is a hill that I don't want to die on.
Okay.
I don't really feel that strong. I think the science does not support mask wearing. There's been a lot of studies of actual viral illnesses. There's a study that looked at influenza and common colds, and do surgical masks stop the spread? And the answer was no, it really makes no difference. There's been no studies looking at COVID and masks specifically. There's anecdotal epidemiologic evidence that some point to that say, well, look at this community, they all had masks on, less COVID. Look at this community, they didn't have masks on, more COVID. I get it. Listen, if you want to wear a mask, please wear a mask. If you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, wear a mask. What I am opposed to is government mandates of these things. If you're a private business, and in my community, my wife and I will walk up to and go to Sprouts or go to Target, there's a Costco nearby. If you're a private business, you have every right to make a rule for those customers that are coming in. As a customer, I have a right to choose to comply and patronize your business, or I don't have to go in. Right. So we tend to do a lot of shopping online, but if there's a special product that isn't available online that I want to go into Sprouts, I'll put a mask on. It's not
Yeah.
that big of a deal. I just don't like the idea of a governmental agency or governmental body mandating something, especially when I don't believe there's a lot of science behind it. But if you want to wear a mask, I'm okay with it, but I'm not okay with the government mandating it.
Yeah, and that's been my problem with some of these people that absolutely won't wear it in a private institution. That's a private institution. They have the right to require
They
you to
do.
wear it. Yeah, it's like that's a private.
That's right.
Place.
It's sort of like gun policies. You know, some businesses have no concealed weapons, and that's their right. I won't
Right.
go into a place like that, by the way. But that's their right to do that and
Right.
pass all kinds of rules. You know, no shirts, no shoes, no service. Whatever they want to do, I'm cool with that. And then I can choose to go to that business or not go to that
Yeah,
business.
exactly.
But I don't think it's the role of government to be
Right.
mandating those kind of things.
Right.
Exactly. Good.